When we're going through an infection or virus, our body needs the energy to fight off what's going on inside our body. Anything that we exert is going to tire us out even more. So it is important that in that time you listen to your body, okay, because your symptoms are warning signs of saying to you, hey, stop, slow down. Now, the problem is when we stop and do nothing, we become more deconditioned, we become bedridden, and then we find it very hard to get started. So this is what it looks like with exercise, and you'll probably relate to this at home. I'm going to do it on the whiteboard. I talk a thing about baseline in my online recovery program where I set all my online clients up with a baseline, which means that they do what they should do without making them feel worse. Once we have that fine line, then we can implement a movement routine that will benefit them with their chronic fatigue syndrome recovery. Okay, so the person starts there. This is our body. This is at a healing state right here, okay? When we exercise, we actually stress our body out, okay? Now, normally when we're a healthy functioning body, we're allowed to stress our body out because it grows, it adapts, it pushes itself, and then it rests and restores and repairs so you can build your strength, okay? The problem is with chronic fatigue syndrome is every time you do something that stresses your body out, there's usually a payback. So when you go up with your exercise and the stress tolerance comes up, your intolerance comes down and you come crashing down, which is what I call the valley of death. You know, some people have seen that in my videos where, you know, your symptoms flare up, you push yourself too much, you're bedbound, you know, and it's usually a delayed onset of symptoms, which, you know, can go anywhere from 1 to 4 days, really. Problem is with that, it takes another 1 to 4 days to get back to your original baseline, and then you go again. So with this diagram, it's very push and crash, it's up and down. A lot of you probably pushed yourself on the good days and then done nothing on the bad days, and that's completely not what we want to do. So the problem is with chronic fatigue syndrome is it's very, you know, hit and miss in terms of when you feel good and when you feel bad. So a lot of the time, you know, you feel really bad, and then on a good day, which is very rare, you go, all right, I'm going to get everything done today. I'm going to push myself. I'm going to, you know, do all the washing. I'm going to do all the housework. I'm going to do my exercise. I'm going to go for a walk. And then what happens? You crash and you burn, and then you hate yourself, you hate the situation, and you go, why me? And I know the feeling because I've been there about 100 times, okay? So in order to make sure that you stick to your baseline, and you progress slowly but surely with your movement, you've got to keep in mind that this has to be on a holistic level. If you are not sleeping right, if you've got insomnia or you've got irritable sleep problems, if your nutrition's poor, and if you have high stress levels, these are going to play a huge part to your exercise program or movement program, if you like, because all areas affect one another. And if they're not in balance, then homeostasis or healing is not going to happen in the body. This is why the program has a holistic approach, and this is why, you know, with my life, with my own life, I make sure I have a holistic approach and balance in order to maintain health, which is what our goal is in life. So the solution is we want to do a slow progression, just a little bit, where we come up here, okay? Then the payback isn't so bad because it's only minimal, all right? So it comes in waves, just like that. You know, movement can be good as long as you're not feeling any worse than before you started. And this is the things that you have to remember. A lot of you guys and a lot of people I see, clients for example, they feel good, they push themselves, they feel worse, they stop doing it altogether. Okay? You want to have a slow, steady incline of improvement. You don't want to have to go up and down, up and down, up and down like I did, all right, because it was painful. I cried a lot of the time. It's just not nice, you know? So it's really important that, you know, you don't push and crash all the time because one, it affects your physicality, but it also affects you emotionally.